Kelly here, and today we are going to be doing some Easter baking. So let's get to it.
Okay, so we're going to go for a classic cornflake cake, but that's in a little bit. But first, we're going to prep something and cross our fingers that we're going to do something I saw on YouTube the other day, which is make chocolate kind of
nests for our cornflake cakes to sit in, because they look really pretty, but I'm kind of leaving this to Kelly.
So we've got here just under 300 grams of white chocolate, because I've left a little bit aside for what we're going to use to help dip our sprinkles in a minute. I've got some silicone baking cases, and basically we're going to ladle some chocolate into the case, and you're going to kind of fill it up a little bit.
I've seen people do this and it looks so cute.
And then kind of make sure it goes all the way up the sides.
Get chocolate everywhere.
So it's quite thick.
Can you see? Can you tilt it?
So I've basically got the white chocolate in there. And I'm going to make sure it coats the sides. And then I'm going to tip it back into the bowl.
Put a comment below if you are a white chocolate, dark chocolate, or like milk chocolate person.
Okay, and
growing up, Milky Bars.
Oh no.
Milky Bars.
But I'm going to basically do that with all of them.
And I'm just going to sit
and try not to get...
Easter's one of our favourite times of year, and it's definitely a time of year that we miss our Nana and Grandad like crazy, because we have most of our Easter celebrations are Italian, so we'll be making pastiera in a few days.
Prepping it,
because we make that every year without fail, and just have our little visions of Grandad and Nana putting too much sambuca in it. So we've been practicing that non-stop every year.
Trying to make sure I get the thickness right. So if comment too if you've made these before. I just saw it on YouTube. You know when YouTube randomly gives you suggestions, and then sometimes it's really therapeutic to kind of watch people bake cakes or just watch different icing. So yeah, well, it's kind of thin at the moment. I should have prepped myself with a spare plate. So I'm going to
need a spare plate. I shall get a spare plate.
Yes, please.
I'm going to hobble over to do this up.
So we're going to see how many we can do, because we might.
Skateboarding, guys, wear pads.
You did wear pads.
I know. What?
After how many years of us wanting to skateboard? 15 years or so later, Lucy has her first big skateboarding injury. So
the pain. Sorry.
So again, I'm just going round and round. Oh, this was just for the wooden spoon, so it's out of my way. Out of my way.
Yesterday. Okay. Well, this looks cute.
Sorry, I'm not really.
I feel like we had high hopes for like this many, but I don't think we're gonna. Are we gonna?
And we're not gonna leave them. We've got our 300 grams of milk chocolate,
that's currently
melting
over a hob. So that's going to be for the cornflake cake.
Yeah. Because we're aware that these might take a while to set. Because what we've experienced in the past is that we don't put chocolate in the fridge to set, because if you put it in the fridge to set, then it needs that temperature to stay solid, because it goes shiny otherwise. So you just have to kind of...
as long.
No.
Yeah, I think we made that mistake a few times before, and then we got told don't put it, if you're setting it, don't kind of, what is it, like a cheap kind of quick fix of doing it in the fridge or freezer.
So these are going to be a bit messy.
It's fun though. It's good to get messy. Might need to leave that one, try the thickness of that one.
No, I am. I just don't want it all to be at the bottom.
True.
Not that anybody will complain.
You may be wondering, guys, while Kelly does this, why I have my books at the front and centre. But we were just chatting before, so How to Bake a New Beginning was my first, my debut novel. And then I was chatting with Kelly before how I feel like sequels are really hard to, for people to see sometimes. And people often ask if you've got a standalone book or if you've got sequels to things. And the ingredients for happiness is like my little baby that I'm like, fly in the world. So if you read How to Bake a New Beginning, the ingredients for happiness is the sequel. So it's Amanda, Sabrina and Louisa as they're all kind of making their dreams come true from going off the first book. And yeah, it's one that I feel like I don't know if as many people know about or have seen. and more so for this video, it's full of Easter traditions, Italian Easter. So because Louise is still in Amalfi, she decided to stay in Amalfi at the end of How to Bake a New Beginning, and so you've got all the Italian Easter things so that we remember from childhood. And then with Amanda opening her cafe, then it's like she's got all the stuff that she's trying to bring to Manchester and have like all the Italian kind of inspired Easter stuff in her cafe.
Okay,
so
it's getting messy.
Oh, Kelly, right.
No, of course.
So yeah, if you haven't seen that one yet, please do check it out. It was one of my favourites. It was very, very hard. I definitely had like second book, come on, like doubting myself. And it was a very different book to start with because of just a bunch of different things. But then, yeah, so I love it. And it's very springtime. So we're getting ready for all the
speaking of
stuff.
Italian Easters, I love that. Okay, I love that. And I love what Lucy does with her books because they're all just the books that I want to see on the shelves.
I promise I don't pay her to say stuff.
But
I probably should though.
Yeah. But one of our earliest memories of Italian Easter for us is when we went to Italy when we were. No, not our first time in Italy actually. That was when we were 4.
When we were older.
We were maybe like 12, and we went to Italy, and we were going around the church courtyard kind of thing with branches of olive branches with cheese dangling off them, like loads of different types of cheese. And we later learned, obviously, that's a tradition in Italy where you get the olive branches and you go the Sunday before
like
Easter, because we did it later on. Yeah, it's like an Easter Christmas tree, and that you can dangle sweets, and like we had all the Rosanna sweets. And the year before, when we went with our little sister to Italy, we went the week before Easter, and again we got to do that with our olive branches, and then we just saw loads of people with all the sweets and cheese dangling off these branches, and it's one of our biggest memories kind of from when we went to Italy when we were younger.
So yeah, we love this time of year.
Right.
They look
How
cute.
many have I done?
Math.
6, 7,
7.
8. Should we try for 8? And then I might
Yeah.
keep some of this chocolate. I'm hoping they're thick enough because
They look good.
I'm just kind of winging it, but I'm hoping that, because sometimes it is when you're cooking in
We
the
do
kitchen,
a lot
it
of
gets
winging it in the kitchen. And that's Grandad.
Well, not
We do a
winging
lot.
it, you just
Well,
go
no,
and
he
do
knew what he
cook.
was doing, but I guess obviously when we used to have him obviously all the time just telling you what to do. So now we just kind of have, I mentioned this in the book, that's kind of what Amanda does when it's her like cafe. And that was just something from us, wasn't it? That we just see Grandad in our heads doing stuff, and Nana doing the things in the kitchen, and then they do the things, and we do the things. So
Yeah.
it's like writing recipes down and everything is like
But
the
we
amount
are
of-
doing.
the amount of times
We
that
are
we are
doing.
doing, and it's a process because the amount of times that we write them down and then we'll forget. We'll look at each other and go, how long did we? When did we put that in? How long did we put that in? So yes.
How was the chocolate looking over
It's
there?
looking good, but it's still got a little while to melt.
Okay, so
Tell us as well what your Easter traditions are. Do you do Easter egg hunts? Is there a specific treats that you make or meal that you have? What do you do? What do you get up to?
okay, so
Are we leaving that one?
right, I'm leaving it there because I need that
Right,
chocolate, so then I don't have to melt the
does
other chocolate.
this
I'm going to wash
one-
my hands. They go to the side, which I'll bring over here. Hold
Okay,
on.
so these have got to cool.
Yes, they got to cool.
So they're going to cool and set, not in the fridge.
No, not in the fridge.
I'm going to put them in a cool spot then.
Hold on, I'll take them off here.
Right.
So, they go over there. This chocolate goodness.
Kelly's thing looks very springy today. We've got spring coloured.
Okay, goes in there.
I'm not even
We'll
going to do
keep
that because they'll go everywhere. Little tiny sprinkles. But they're all colourful and cute.
And then Lucy.
I'm going to do what?
No. Lucy over here next to
Oh,
her
yeah.
has got a bowl here, and I put like 3 cups of cornflakes in. Maybe we'll need more, we'll see, but that's 3 cups of cornflakes, and then we have 300 grams of melted milk chocolate, and we're going to need spoons.
Spoons. This is one of my favourite things to do with the kids at work. Because we just get messy and then just...
Spoon for you, spoon for me. And then, so basically, my aim, I saw this video on YouTube where it was the chocolate cups and then you dip them in sprinkles and they basically made a teacup. So then with the white chocolate, they made a teacup. And I just thought, instead of making a teacup, why don't we just make a chocolate nest for
Like an Easter
the
basket.
Easter nest. So it's like, yes, like an Easter chocolate basket for the nest. So in
And
theory,
chocolate Easter
at the
basket
end
for
of
more chocolate.
yes, so in the end of this video, we should have a chocolate case for our Easter cornflake cakes with sprinkles around the edges. You heard it here first in this part of the video.
We're gonna do it. Okay. So we're gonna mix that up.
Yeah. This bit will take a second. We need that elevator music thing we're just watching.
Oh yeah. Elevator music. We've been watching Juliet Stay and
George
Kelly's been finding all the videos when George would help her. George Stay would
Well,
help
I've been watching
her.
Love
It's really
Victor.
cute.
Lucy's been watching Riverdale lately, and I've been watching Love Victor. I bought Disney Channel.
I think I've seen most of
Disney
the clips of
Disney
Love,
Plus.
Victor,
Yeah.
so I need to watch it.
But
whole.
Disney Plus is it comes out every Friday, so I have to be patient and wait every Friday. So it's kind of exciting.
Such a
Do
cute
you remember
show.
back in the day when you actually had to do that? So it was kind of
Wait.
fun that you have to wait, because otherwise when you binge watch something, then you start thinking to yourself, now what do I do? So yeah, Lucy's been binge watching Riverdale while I've been waiting patiently for Love Victor.
Well, no, that's what I have to do now every Thursday. I've only got 2 more episodes in season 5. So, yes. But we got out today to do our exercise, and I now have like a hand-sized lump on my thigh.
Yeah. We were out at like 6:30 this
We were out at like 6:30 this morning doing our exercise, having a bit of a roll around, and then I fell spectacularly. And Superman
And I'm learning how to
across
skate
the floor.
backwards.
Yeah, and Kelly's learning how to roller skate backwards. So, what have you been learning in the pandemic? And I know it seems crazy, like this time last year, that's when it all kind of started, March time last year. Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy time. Right.
So we have our chocolate. It's probably a little bit hot. There's still like some bits in
I'm
there that
gonna
need to melt.
stand.
So I'm gonna give it a mix.
Right.
So I don't know if it's gonna be too hot for our little.
That should be good.
Cornflakes.
I can't remember if there's like a thing that you have to set.
I'm just gonna. Here you go. You use this one.
Thank you. I got this
I'll
one too.
use.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
wait,
gonna
'cause
pour.
Still lumpy.
I know, but time is of the essence. This video, we were like, one shot. That's all we got.
Well, to be very honest, guys, because we haven't done YouTube in a long time, we're only on our phones now, so we don't have our camera anymore. So we're kind of just like, in all the editing software and things like that, we're just like, boom, boom, we're going to do one shot.
So if it's like, I think that I'm just going to pour the bits in around that chocolate.
And we ramble anyway, no matter how much we try and edit.
Yeah.
We'll go, oh, we'll cut
Shall
a
we
bit
just
out if we
pour?
talk too
I'm
much.
tempted to go, you know what? Let's
It wouldn't
just
be a
pour
baking
it.
Blossom's baking show if we didn't just
Go for it. Nearly on. Ready? Should we do it like the Lynn adverts?
Yeah.
Also, we watched the Great Celebrity Great British Bake Off the
Stand
other
up for
day.
cancer.
The Stand Up for Cancer. So we just got into I Want to Be in the Kitchen and Daisy Ridley. And people, oh, we might have too much. Hold on, you mix it first. So we wanted to just get in the kitchen and oh, there's the lump of chocolate. Sorry, not watching. It just went flop.
Keep going.
Good cheesecake. Okay.
Alright, keep going. Gotta get every last bit of chocolate.
What do you do with leftover chocolate, guys? We usually end up getting apple or like some kind of fruit to counterbalance the fact that we just melted a load of chocolate.
And lick the bowl.
Lick the bowl, or use it for apples, or
It's not really baking in general if you've not licked the bowl.
I think we got plenty of chocolate.
That's good though, it's gonna look cute.
Yeah. So, again, that was 300 grams of baking chocolate and the milk chocolate, and then 3 cups, of cornflakes.
Okay.
Here you go. I'll hold it, and then we can do it this way.
Very chocolatey.
Very chocolatey.
Right.
Are we going for a bit more? Just
Yeah.
like a bit more. How many of those did we do? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
Right,
3.
these don't go in.
8. No, we did 8.
These don't go in there.
No, well,
Right, we used to put cornflake cakes in.
I know. I feel like you can put them in. Oh my goodness. I feel like you can put them in it, but we might put them in the fridge for the.
Sorry, I'm just gonna make a mess of Kelly.
So we need at least 8.
Okay.
And my concoction over there. I'm hoping isn't too thin.
Add a little bit more.
Oh, you know, I just realised. Oh, Kelly. I just realised looking at them.
Yeah.
But I've not done them as neatly or as professionally as somebody who would put the rim.
Hey.
They were supposed to be like, no, but they were supposed to have like a decent rim so that you could then take them out of there, tip them up, and put them in said sprinkles.
Yeah, but we're going to add a bit more chocolate to it.
No,
sorry,
I know,
that's a big
but
chunk.
they don't have a perfect thing, so no.
Hey,
So it's like
no such thing as perfect.
no, I know, but so they're like, oh, I get what I mean. You'll get what I mean after. They're kind of wonky. So you have to.
So, Jughead and Betty Cooper. I'm like, guys, we need Bughead back.
Okay, so at least.
Sorry, Kelly's currently a mess.
Chocolatey mess. It's not exactly bad.
Right. Ooh. Move.
Oh. Actually, I don't know why I'm complaining.
Sorry.
It's chocolate, it's okay. Comment below as well. There's lots of comments. You can have, there's lots of questions in this that you can answer. What's your favorite? Have you already asked what's your favorite Easter egg?
Oh
What's your
no,
favourite
not Easter egg or Easter
Oh,
chocolate.
there's so many, and it's funny because when we lived in America for a while, it was so different because they don't have like Easter eggs in the boxes. You know, like we have every chocolate bar known to man has a box all of a sudden, or a mug, or an Easter egg. In America, they don't have that. It's all about either like the Peeps or like marshmallow chicks or
chicken.
Bunnies
Yeah, we
with
really
funny
missed
eyes.
it. Bunnies
We
got really
missed it.
creepy in America.
We used to miss it because we used
What?
to be like, where are all the
Colourful
box
boxes
chocolates?
and stuff.
And then,
Obviously,
recently as well, Italy's different as well because Italy, you have the Easter eggs all wrapped
beautiful
nicely
eggs.
in the giant. We used to go to this wonderful place in Clearwater, Florida, called Platerotti's, and the man was called Salvatore, like Grandad. And we used to get some Easter eggs from there because it was Italian. And this year we'd love to get Bargi Easter egg.
Bargi,
That's one of our favourite
also,
chocolates.
Chiara Ferragni has one.
Getting to that, I was building to the fact that Chiara Ferragni also has an Easter egg and it's pink and it's amazing.
But
we don't know.
some of the proceeds go to charity, which is amazing because it's going. She's helping raise money for families with children who are autistic and disabled children too. So some of the proceeds go to that, which is really, really awesome. And the egg is so pretty. So
We don't know where
in
to get
Italy, yeah, definitely check that out. We're gonna cheat now, and I'm gonna put these cornflake
I know, I was
cakes in the
thinking
fridge. And Kelly is washing her hands right near the camera, so you can probably hear that.
Hello. This video is currently 18 minutes. I think we're probably going to. Let's see.
Pause. Right, I tell you what, we'll pause, and then I think we shall convene when we're putting everything together.
Guys, we're back, and okay, we had a few little ups and downs with it, and we ended up kind of putting them in the freezer for a bit. So unless you kind of wait a good hour, maybe 2 hours to let them set properly, we needed them to be a bit firm. We did kind of put a second layer, so as the first layer of white chocolate started to set, we put like a second layer, but they're still quite thin. However, amongst all that kind of waiting and having a little patience, look how cute they are.
I feel like you guys have to tell us too
If you've done
if
anything
we're
like
doing
it
it
before,
wrong.
and our hands are warm, so they start kind of melting. But look,
How do you stop
they've
it
got
from melting?
sprinkles, and there's a little nest. My hands are warm now, so I can't touch them too much. But look, they're so cute.
Hang on, I'm gonna do mine.
So Lucy's just kind of showing you, so she's
So I
dipped
dipped
it.
it.
So these are our little Easter nest / baskets.
And it would be really cute with mini eggs, but we totally forgot to get mini eggs from the shop. So
So let us know, like we said before, any favourite chocolates, favourite Easter traditions, and we hope you've enjoyed watching our video. Yay, happy
Bye
Easter!
guys, happy Easter.